The entertainment industry was thrown into chaos the moment whispers of a possible romance between Yoona and rising star Chae-min burst across social media. What began as a simple rumor, one blurry photo, unsuspiciously warm interaction backstage, quickly evolved into a full-blown storm. Within minutes, hashtags surged to the top of every platform, and communities erupted into heated debate, and reporters scrambled to uncover the truth. But amid the whirlwind, the person who unexpectedly stood at the center of the frenzy was not Yoona, nor Chae-min, but Jun-ho. His reaction, subtle yet impossible to ignore, sent shockwaves through the public and ignited a level of speculation no one had predicted. As the rumor spread like wildfire, fans noticed the first sign that something was off: Jun-ho's absence from his usual cheerful social media updates. Instead, he appeared at the airport with a curt greeting, his expression unusually subdued. Sharp-eyed reporters captured every detail: his tightened jaw, refusal to meet the cameras head-on, the way he walked briskly as though trying to avoid being asked a certain question. The moment those images hit the internet, theories began multiplying at a dizzying pace. Why did he look so tense? Why today, of all days? And why did he seem affected by a rumor that, in theory, had nothing to do with him? But the spark that turned speculation into a raging blaze was a single Instagram story. A black background, a single line of text: "Some things never change, but people do." No emojis, no additional context, no explanation. Within seconds, fans took screenshots, shared them across every community, and drew lines connecting dots that had been dormant for years. The timing felt too perfect, too pointed, to be coincidence. The public suddenly shifted their attention from Yoona and Chae-min's alleged romance to Jun-ho's cryptic message, and the frenzy doubled in intensity. Time followers of the industry immediately recalled the history between Jun-ho and Yoona, their legendary chemistry on stage, their comfortable interactions at award ceremonies, the glimpses of fondness that never quite crossed the line into confession but always lingered at the edge of possibility. Clips resurfaced of the two laughing uncontrollably during rehearsals, of Jun-ho guiding her gently by the back, of Yoona leaning close to whisper something only he could hear. These moments, once dismissed as simple professionalism, suddenly took on new meaning in the eyes of the public. "No man reacts like this unless he cares," one comment read, gathering hundreds of thousands of likes in just a few hours. While fans were busy resurrecting memories, Jun-ho delivered an even more shocking move. Late that night, he liked a fan-made post celebrating his past collaboration with Yoona, their legendary chemistry, as fans called it. The post featured images of the pair smiling at each other with an ease that felt unmistakably intimate. The like appeared for only 20 minutes before disappearing. The internet moves faster than any agency cleanup. Screenshots spread instantly. The narrative shifted once more. Was he trying to send a message? Was it a slip of the finger? Or was it, as many believed, an intentional gesture, his way of subtly reaffirming where his heart lay? Theories branched out endlessly. Some believed Jun-ho was quietly jealous. Others argued he was simply nostalgic, overwhelmed by the media circus surrounding someone he shared a deep bond with. Yet a growing faction insisted that his actions were more than emotional, they were protective. In their eyes, Jun-ho wasn't just reacting, he was defending Yoona in the only way he could without issuing an official statement. Meanwhile, Yoona maintained complete silence. Silence that only magnified Jun-ho's reaction. Contrast between her calm and his unease served as fuel for an already overheated fan base. Comment sections exploded with speculation. Perhaps Yoona confided in Jun-ho before the rumor leaked. Perhaps he knew the truth and was distressed by how the public twisted it. Or perhaps, most daringly, they were involved in a deeper, hidden story that had never been revealed. The night rolled into dawn. The entire industry buzzed with chatter. Reporters dug into archives. Agencies held emergency meetings. And insiders whispered that Jun-ho didn't take the rumor lightly. The idea that he might have acted out of personal hurt, personal affection, or even a long-buried attachment unsettled the public in the most irresistible way. And yet, just as everyone started to believe the storm had reached its peak, something else happened, something far more startling. Something that would push the frenzy into an entirely new dimension. Jun-ho's unexpected move had only been the beginning. Real shock was still on the way. What happened next shattered every expectation and confirmed that the story was far from over. Just when the online chaos showed signs of calming, Lee Jun-ho reappeared with a move so deliberate, so emotionally charged, that it sent every platform into absolute meltdown. Without warning. Posted a photo from years ago, one of the most treasured images among fans who had always believed in the unspoken connection between him and Yoona. It wasn't a recent picture or a promotional shot. A candid moment, Yoona smiling softly beside him during a rehearsal break. Her hair tucked behind her ear. Jun-ho looking at her with a warmth he rarely displayed in public. The choice of photo alone was enough to cause an uproar. What truly set the internet on fire was his caption, "Some memories don't fade." Those 4 simple words detonated across social media like a bomb. The public reaction was instantaneous and overwhelming. More than 500,000 likes surged in mere minutes. Comments poured in from every corner of the internet: shock, excitement, confusion, speculation, accusation. Many insisted this was a clear message to silence the rumors between Yoona and Chae-min. Others argued that Jun-ho was asserting himself emotionally, in to remind the public, and perhaps Yoona herself, of the bond they shared. It was protective, vulnerable, unmistakably personal. Insiders began speaking to reporters, adding fuel to the already uncontrollable blaze. One staff member who had worked with Jun-ho claimed, unusually quiet when the rumor surfaced. He's not the type to show his emotions easily. But he was clearly affected. Another industry acquaintance hinted that Jun-ho had reached out to Yoona privately the moment the news broke. Though none of these sources were officially confirmed, the credibility of their tone was enough to draw even more attention. Suddenly, the narrative shifted. The public no longer asked if Jun-ho cared, they began asking how deeply. Meanwhile, whispers circulated among stylist teams and production crews. A well-known PD discreetly shared, Jun-ho always treated Yoona differently. Not dramatically, but with a softness you don't usually see from him. Such testimonies, though subtle, a picture of a long-standing emotional connection that perhaps had existed quietly behind the scenes for years. Fans who had once only speculated about the pair now found themselves believing the relationship had always been more complex than it appeared on the surface. As the internet reeled from Jun-ho's unexpected photo, finally broke her silence. Her agency released a brief, carefully worded statement. The rumors regarding Yoona and actor Lee Chae-min are unfounded. They share a professional relationship and mutual respect. The statement was calm, straightforward, and undeniably neutral, yet it was this neutrality that stirred the public the most. The timing felt precise, almost synchronized with Jun-ho's bold move. And many couldn't shake the feeling that her clarification had been influenced by the frenzy surrounding Jun-ho's actions. But Yoona took it one step further. During her next schedule, when reporters cautiously asked about the situation, she offered a gentle smile and said softly, "I'm grateful for people who support me, especially those who have always been by my side." She did not mention names. Didn't need to. The public immediately linked her words to the man who had set the internet ablaze hours earlier. The emotional tension between the two stars, unspoken yet unmistakable, tightened in the air. Later that same week, an unexpected twist pushed the saga into an even more breathtaking dimension. Yoona and Jun-ho appeared at the same event, a major brand function attended by top stars and press. Cameras flashed endlessly as they arrived, but nothing compared to the moment they accidentally crossed paths near the stage entrance. Yoona paused for a split second as Jun-ho approached, their eyes meeting in a brief yet electric moment. It wasn't dramatic, but it carried a weight so palpable that fans watching live streams erupted instantly. Jun-ho gave a small nod, gentle, respectful, almost protective. Yoona responded with a faint smile. The entire interaction lasted no more than 2 seconds. 2 seconds dominated headlines for the next 48 hours. A backstage clip leaked shortly after, Jun-ho watching Yoona as she prepared for her stage segment. His expression unreadable yet undeniably tender. Journalists and reporters replayed the video frame by frame, dissecting every micro-expression, every angle of his gaze. The conclusion was inevitable. Jun-ho's reaction wasn't casual. It wasn't coincidental. It was personal. Entertainment analysts soon weighed in, explaining why this story had spiraled so massively. The combination of Yoona's legendary public image, Chae-min's rising star charm, and Jun-ho's emotionally charged response created the perfect storm. Fan bases collided. Nostalgia resurfaced. Old feelings were rekindled. For many, idea that Jun-ho might have silently harbored feelings for Yoona for years added an irresistible layer of depth to the drama. It was the kind of real-life storyline that felt like a K-drama written by fate itself. The chaos continues to ripple across the entertainment world. One lingering question remains at the center of every conversation: was Jun-ho's reaction merely emotional instinct? Or was it the quiet confession he never dared to voice publicly? The answer is still hidden in the silence between them, in the unspoken understanding that seems to pull them together again and again. And now, as the rumor fades but the tension lingers, the public waits breathlessly for the next chapter, one that may finally reveal what has long been kept beneath the surface. Whatever happens next, one thing is certain: the saga at Yoona, Chae-min, and Jun-ho has only just begun, and the world is not ready to look away.